I never planned to say this out loud. Some truths feel safer when they stay buried, where no one can question them, where no one can see the parts of you that Dante looks strong. From the outside, I smiled, laughed, played my role perfectly. People thought they knew me. They thought I was certain, confident, unshaken. But every night, when the noise faded and the world went quiet, the same thought returned, heavier than the last. There was a confession sitting inside me, pressing against my chest, asking to be heard, and I kept pretending it wasn't there. I told myself it didn't matter. That time would erase it. That if I stayed busy enough, if I cared less, if I loved carefully instead of deeply, the feeling would disappear. But it didn't. It grew in the silence. It showed up in the moments I least expected, in the way my heart reacted before my mind could stop it, in the pauses between conversations, in the things I almost said but swallowed back. I wasn't afraid of the truth itself. I was afraid of what it would change once spoken. The confession was simple, but dangerous. I loved someone I wasn't supposed to love. Not in the dramatic, reckless way people imagine, but in the quiet, aching way that settles into your bones. The kind of love that doesn't demand attention but refuses to leave. I watched myself become careful with words, measured with emotions, pretending indifference while my heart memorized every detail. I became an expert at hiding it, even from myself. What hurt the most wasn't the distance between us. It was the distance between who I was and who I pretended to be. Every time I said I'm fine, a part of me disappeared. Every time I chose silence over honesty, the confession grew heavier. I wondered how long a person could carry an unspoken truth before it started changing them. I started to feel quieter, smaller, like I was slowly fading behind the version of me everyone else believed in. There were moments when I almost told you, moments when the words stood right at the edge of my lips, trembling. But fear always won. Fear of rejection. Fear of ruining what little connection existed. Fear that once spoken, the confession would lose its power and leave me exposed, with nothing to hold on to. So I stayed quiet. I smiled. I played safe. And I convinced myself that this was strength. But strength isn't silence. I learned that too late. Carrying the confession didn't make me stronger. It made me lonely. It taught me how to survive, but not how to live. I realized that some feelings don't fade because they're ignored. They fade only when they're faced, acknowledged, respected. Mine never had that chance. Now, this confession lives only here, in the space where honesty finally feels allowed. Not to change the past, not to ask for anything, just to admit what was real. I loved you in the only way I knew how. Quietly, carefully, completely. And even though you never heard it, it shaped me more than you'll ever know. Some confessions aren't meant to be shared with the person they're about. They're meant to be shared with yourself, so you can finally let go.